everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about the standard metagame, the RCQ format at the moment over the course of the past week. Now, as with all my metagames, please remember this is technically a winner's metagame because Magic Online only posts the top 32, but it is still reflective of the decks you will be playing against. Jumping right into it with the graph. At the top is, to nobody's surprise, Dimir Midrange at just over 20%. Sharing second and third is Gruul Prowess / Aggro and Golgari Midrange. In fourth is Boros Mice, and in fifth is Jeskai Aggro, also known as Jeskai Convoke. This format, for the most part, looks like it's becoming a 3-deck format, unfortunately, but there's a bunch of decks that are reasonably playable. It's just that these 3 decks are the ones that are pretty consistently winning. But let's talk about these decks, starting with Jeskai Aggro. Jeskai Aggro takes the shell of the old Convoke deck, getting a bunch of super cheap creatures onto the battlefield as fast as possible, with creatures that create artifacts, to be able to destroy with Gleeful Demolition, to be able to capitalize with Warden of the Inner Sky, with Knight Errant of Eos, and to be able to jam for a ton with Imidane's Recruiter. It is super strong, super resilient, and happens to have a good matchup against the most popular deck, which is Dimir Midrange. Boros Mice is also a deck that has gained popularity recently as an alternative deck to the Gruul Aggro deck. It's playing a lot of the same cards, except it's focusing on the mice, and frankly on lizards like Hired Claw, and attempting to trigger Valiant and Emberheart Challenger and Heartfire Hero as much as possible, playing Shard Mage's Rescue, playing Sheltered by Ghosts, Monstrous Rage, being able to hit the face with Burst Lightning and Lightning Helix, and is sort of an Aura's Valiant deck, but also has a bunch of mice synergies as well. The second / third most popular deck is the Boros deck's cousin, Gruul Prowess. Rather than having a ton of these mice synergies, there's only a few mice synergies, mostly with Manifold Mouse, Emberheart Challenger, and Heartfire Hero. And then it's just a bunch of aggressive cards, playing many of the same pump spells and burn spells. Some are playing Monster Spear, but mostly splashing green for main deck Questing Druid and then sideboard Paw Patch Formation. Snakeskin Veil is played in some decks as well, as protection over Shard Mage's Rescue. Also sharing that second / third slot is Golgari Midrange. Golgari Midrange is Standard's sort of 1-for-1 deck. It ramps with Llanowar Elves into some versions are playing Unholy Annex still, some versions are not. Is looking to 1-for-1 their opponent, draw a bunch of cards, and then have their creatures do a little bit more than what they seem like on face value. Like Master Dread Knight allows you to draw sometimes multiple cards and also be a 3/2 for 2. Preacher of the Schism is a great blocker, but also does stuff when it attacks. Same thing with Glissa. Shieldred, Archfiend of the Dross are both very aggressive and are excellent blockers. I guess less so Archfiend, but you get my point. This is the 1-for-1 fair Magic deck. And the most popular deck in the format is Dimir Midrange. Dimir Midrange is attempting to play all of these evasive creatures so they can draw a ton of cards off of Enduring Curiosity. Anything that is able to block is extra scary. They just 1-for-1, but they're able to draw so many cards off Enduring Curiosity and get so much value off of Kaido because all of their creatures are incredibly difficult to block. They're able to sort of tempo out their opponent by just having a fistful all game every game. The deck is so good. That is the standard metagame. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social media. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.